The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet's featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and today's guest has a diverse and impactful career with experience spanning from elementary and high school education to global mission work focused on justice and peace. He's also served for 18 years as a Roman Catholic priest. Now, he continues to lead a full life teaching part-time working with the incarcerated, coaching soccer, and writing his next book. We're thrilled to welcome him to the show to share his incredible journey and wisdom he's gathered along the way. Author of Delivered on Christmas, let's welcome Dean McFalls. Hi, Dean. Thanks for joining us here. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. Like I told you before, it was pouring rain for several days and freezing cold, but it's warmed up and the sun's out today. I'm taking my lunch break from work. I'm a chaplain here at one of California's larger prisons. And as you can see down below, that's my home away from home.
Yes. Very beautiful.
And we're out in the middle of the foothills of California.
So, Dean, your book is called Delivered on Christmas. So what inspired you to title your book Delivered on Christmas? It's right there as well.
In the beginning, I called all the episodes, because the book is composed of 23 different episodes. I called them The Triumph of Innocence. I wanted to call the book Triumph of Innocence, but it turned out there were some things that were kind of nasty that were called that. So I found out, you know what, the word delivered is so powerful, because in the title Delivered on Christmas, you can think of any possible interpretation of that phrase, and the book fits that. Not just the book comes out, at Christmas time, but that deliverance. We're talking about, what does deliverance mean in the life of a person who's trapped in sin, who's caught in injustice, who's living in a warfare, a zone of violence, a person who perhaps has suffered multiple tragedies in their life. All of these different kind of issues, the human dilemmas, I treat them in the book, and it's all about victory and deliverance and redemption. By the way, you're going to hear gunfire in the background. That's because there's a firing range next to the prison. But a lot of the book treats about with warfare and violence, and how we can find light in the darkness. So if you hear gunshots, don't be afraid.
Oh, that's all right. So, by the way, is it true that this book took 58 years to write? That would mean you started it when you were at just 12, and now at 70, you're
No.
still writing.
Yeah, you gave away my age, which I tell everybody anyway.
And I can't believe it.
When I was a kid, I did a fair amount of poetry. I loved Dr. Seuss. And my family, we have several poets in the family going back 4 centuries. The first published American colonist who published English poetry was Anne Bradstreet. She was a Puritan, and she's one of my ancestors. I wrote one of my versions of The Night Before Christmas and All Through the House. I wrote a little book when I was 12 years old. It was bound together, 9 pages of writing and 9 pages of illustrations. So that was my first book. But I incorporated that because when I was putting this book together, I found it in a little box somewhere. So I incorporated it into the book. I also began writing almost 50 years ago. In 1976, I wrote the first actual installment, the first episode of The Triumph of Innocence. And since then, I've done them on an average about once a year with a gap of 30 years, and then I started again. So we have 23 episodes, but the first one was written in, I think, was it 1972? No, wait, 1967.
1967.
Yeah, 1967. Yeah.
I actually love the story behind this book. It's like your 12-year-old self is calling you and like, publish this book right now. So you actually got that.
And I found it by
also,
surprise. It was like total surprise that I even found that episode. Yeah.
And also, I could not believe that you're 70. You look young. You're like a
the Lord's
40,
been good to me.
40, 30.
Yeah. I won't say it's all the good life, but I mean, the Lord's been good to me. And then I stopped eating meat when I was 18. I drink a little bit.
Okay.
I drink a little bit of red wine every day. you know, and I get exercise. But the God's been good.
Yes. Yes. I'm taking note of that so that I will be looking young as well. By the way, what benefits or blessings do you hope readers will gain from your book?
The main point is that in the midst of whatever dilemma or crisis they're facing, they will find Christ present. It's an
Mhm,
encounter. That's why the central theme of the book, which is about deliverance, is the incarnation. That's why it's based
mhm.
on Christmas Eve. Every time it always starts on Christmas Eve. Only one episode starts. Only one episode starts. Thank you. Only one episode starts on the night before Easter because that one's about the Gaza war, and I wrote that right at Easter time. So
Mhm,
um, I want the reader to come away informed,
mhm,
educated, because I go into great detail about all of these issues. I mean, I have to
mhm.
do a lot of research to write these episodes, and
True.
then I want them to be inspired and challenged.
Yes, and I will be inspired by it because it's there. It's been experienced right there, and I'm sure all of these poems and stories in your book will actually get to reach your audience as well. So they will also be inspired if you are inspired in writing it. So why do you encourage readers to get a real physical hold in your hands copy of your book?
I was going to address that point. It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
We're so used to reading screens and listening to books, but
True.
there's nothing like having a real, solid, physical book. It doesn't have to be hard covered, soft cover's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And um, that way a person can hold it as a treasure. This book is not meant to be
True.
read in one quick sitting. It's composed of many episodes. All of these are related to experiences I've had in my life or places I've been, such as Gaza or, the Palestine, Israel,
Mm-hmm.
West Bank, Soviet Union. I was in the Soviet Union several times when it was still that way. It's still
Mm-hmm.
very oppressive. I've been in the Eastern Bloc countries. I've lived in Mexico for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've traveled to South America. And so I've had multiple experiences. I even worked in a gold mine in Alaska when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I've had multiple experiences in my life that have helped me have content, personal content for the book. But it's not just about me. Even though I figure in some of the stories, um, I take on different personas, and a lot of them are fictional.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never really the hero of my own stories. I'm usually the anti-hero. Someone has to come and save me. Usually it's Jesus. But anyway, I want people to be able to share the book, to mark it up, to put it away
Mm-hmm.
and bring it back out again, because it's a book meant to last a lifetime. It's not simply just for
True.
a few days.
Yes, I agree. I'm also the type of reader who wants books that like I can hold on to and read it than in digital form. So I'm that type of reader. And there are a lot of readers who are like me. So we always want the physical copy because I can keep it and I can read it again when I'm older and it doesn't get deleted or something. So yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, at nearly 500 pages and of high quality, your book is priced at just 14.99. It's a great bargain. What return do you anticipate from the sales of Delivered on Christmas in 2025?
Well, I insisted on the price being low and accessible
Mm-hmm.
because people will often be turned off or maybe not even able to afford a more expensive book.
Mm-hmm.
My point is not to make money from the book. I simply
Mm-hmm.
want to get the book out there. I would be overjoyed to know that many people did buy it because they were able to afford it and we're grateful that
True.
they did. Um, to me, it's a mission. It's a kind of missionary outreach.
Mm-hmm.
It's a form of evangelization, even though the stories may not all be all about Jesus, and they're
Mm-hmm.
certainly not stuck. I mean, I don't want people to be afraid of the book saying, oh my gosh, it's going to come across real heavy on religion.
Mm-hmm.
Religion is interwoven into everything because spirituality and God's presence is interwoven into everything that we experience in the world, including the
Mm-hmm.
presence of the evil one, Satan, the accuser, the
Mm-hmm.
enemy. Um, we're living in the midst of spiritual warfare at all times, and so I want people to be able to find um, help, encouragement, and maybe some possible tools they can use in fighting the good fight.
Yes. And I love that you're actually writing a book because you have this passion to share the message to the people out there. And I believe I'm just one of those people who actually want to listen to your words and wanted to share these stories as well. So right now, Dean, I'm going to give the spotlight to you. I want you to tell where we can find the book and any project, if you have any projects in the future.
Yeah. I recently received all the links now for the different bookstores and outlets through which the book is
Mm-hmm.
available. Until then, I just had Amazon. But I would encourage them to go to my website.
Mm-hmm.
The website is my name, deanmcfalls.com,
Mm-hmm.
www.deanmcfalls.com. And in that website, they'll find more about my life, more about my family. My son is 12 years old now, about the book itself. And then there's an order page. I must say that this morning I had to contact the people that are doing the web page, that there needs to be some
Mm-hmm.
corrections in the last page, because there was a mistaken link, and also there was
Mm-hmm.
mistaken information about the book. It's because the book's been through 5 different editions. And so
Mm-hmm.
when people look online, if they just randomly search in, for example, Amazon or Barnes and Noble, they might find an
Mm-hmm.
old edition of the book and end up purchasing that. You need,
Mm-hmm.
folks, please, people, we need the 2025 Ultimate Edition, the
Mm-hmm. The
2025
current
edition for
version.
this year. And please do not buy anything else, or if you do, make sure you get a bargain, because all the books are good,
True.
but they get longer every time. I want to mention too that let me just read the first
Sure.
the interest in the first part of the book. It says, I encourage you to be on the lookout here, and this is not just in the book but in your life, for every heaven sent blessing, and meanwhile to be counting the blessings which have come into your life because of the coming into our history of the one we call Christ. And then that's kind of like the theme of what I want for people to do in the book. But here's on the title page, if I can get to it. I'm sorry, my fingers are dry.
That's all right.
Here's kind of the theme of the book. It says, "May the Savior, delivered in Bethlehem's stable, deliver
Mm-hmm.
us all, for our God is able." So may
Yes.
the Savior, delivered in Bethlehem's stable, deliver us all, for our God is able. Yes, and if it was all I could say was that, please do go to my website, because that'll be your best access to the book. But
True.
give me a couple days, please. Give me until maybe around Thanksgiving time,
Mm-hmm.
around November
Next week.
25th, 1 month
Uh-huh.
before Christmas, to get everything corrected on the website.
Okay. So, for all you viewers out there, Dean McFalls' book is actually available on his website. That's www.deanmcfalls.com. You can actually check the book there, check the information. The book cover is right there on the screen with him, and get the latest version. So, if you want to go to Amazon, get the 2025 version, get the latest version. So, Dean, it has been an awesome time with you. Thank you so much for joining us here at Reader's Magnet.
Thank you, and I appreciate your questions. Really good questions.
Yes, and you have a very beautiful environment there as well.
I love it.
So
I'm a
yeah,
nature.
so guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So go tell your story, storyteller. This is your host, Revan, and as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for
God
now. Stay
bless you all.
awesome.
God
God
bless
bless you
everybody.
all.
God bless you all. Thank you, Rob.